I'm just a guy who loves Disney that has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney News and Reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e. And pretty, blah week for me this week, guys. Nothing too special going on. Just one more week getting ready to go to Disneyland, starting to get all my shot lists and things together. So, pretty cool stuff. Let me just get this out of the way. The Where in the World answer from last week was the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin gift shop. That was my brother playing with the little grabber thing there. He always, I don't know what it is, he loves those things. And he always has to play with them. And I figured I'd get that on video. A couple things this week I do want to talk to you about before everything else. First off, this. Buy the Book from Kat Ben and Chris Sladek. Sladek. Kat is, the author of this book. This is a joke book, and what's funny is she's been a big supporter of mine over the years. She was essentially the first fan I ever really had, and we've been friends ever since. And she was coming up with these, puns on a daily basis. These very, very, very witty puns, and it seems as though she actually made a book, and of course I was going to support her in this, and I bought my copy. So this is Buy the Book. All the jokes are, I think, all from Kat, and it was illustrated by Chris Sladek with these pretty cool illustrations, that sort of thing. Such jokes as, what kind of album did the Prisoners produce? A criminal record. Did you hear the judge that dated a juror? It was a Supreme Courtship. One more. What do you say if you have a nut allergy? Cashew! Ah, yeah. See, it's a very punny book. P-U-N-N-Y. So if you're into puns and jokes and things like that, check this out. The link is in the description box to where you can get it. Over 100 illustrated jokes here in this book. It's very cool. She's a big Disney fan, and just a good friend of mine. So if you would like, or if you can, buy this book and help support her in that. So good job, Kat, with that book. That is pretty funny. I love terrible puns like that. So I'm always doing that at work. I'm, trying to make people laugh with just terrible puns, because it makes me giggle on the inside. It really does. One other thing, I got a package from a fan named Griffin. He recently went to Disney World. This was his first time actually going to Disney World, and he was watching my my show, and to gather all of his stuff up, and he wrote this note for me. Dear Nick, thank you for all your help with the trip. I used your tips on what to see and ride, although I still went to see Captain EO because I wasn't expecting much, but I was pleasantly surprised when it was over. I saw it twice while I was there. Hey, to each his own. Some people like Captain EO, some people love Captain EO. It's not my thing. Although I loved Test Track and Soarin', my favorite ride overall was the Figment ride. It's pretty cool. Some rides I liked were the Little Mermaid and Pirates of the Caribbean rides from the Magic Kingdom. The only attraction I didn't like that I thought it would was Stitch's Great Escape. Not many people like that. So it's okay, but it is what it is. Because there wasn't anything to see, and the seats were really uncomfortable. I didn't ride any of the coasters except the Mine Train because it was new. And as a thank you, I got this pin, this awesome lithograph pin. I'm not sure how well you can see it. See, it's cool. It's the Mickey Mouse Club symbol, and then right into Mickey Mouse. Very cool stuff there. You know, a pin that I thought you would like. I hope you and I could hang out at Walt Disney World sometime. Sincerely, Griffin B. All right, well, you know, Griffin, thank you so much for the awesome pin. This is really, you know, really kind of you. You didn't have to go and get me anything. You know, I'm glad that I could help you in any which way, shape, or form with these little videos I make every week. It does, you know, always bring a smile to my face when, you know, somebody says, "Oh, I watched your videos and you know, they really helped me when you know, when I went to Disney World." Not because I'm trying to be famous or anything. I just like to help, well, not help people, but I like to get people interested in going to Disney World, and if I can do it just by telling them about all kinds of different attractions and whatnot, then I think I did my job correctly. So, you know, Griffin, congratulations on going down to Disney World. I'm going to Disneyland in a couple months, and you know, I'm really excited. I'm ready to go for that. So I'm sure you know all about the excitement of going to Disney World since you just got back. So cool stuff from Griffin. Thank you so much. Again, check out Kat's book. Buy the book. It's, you know, very, very cool stuff. Link is in the description box if you want to buy it. One last quick thing. Next month will be App August, where I'm going to be doing reviews on different Disney apps. Some of them are licensed Disney apps. Some of them are apps just about Disney, you know, tour guides and stuff. And Disney Music, there's one really great app about, you know, that has Disney park music that I absolutely love. So I'm hoping to get some technological advances to show you guys that. Otherwise, you're just going to be seeing me, you know, with a cutaway with my hands and all that stuff. But either way, I think it'll work out. So, you know, I'm not too worried about that. So yeah. That's what's been going on with me this week. Let's get to the news. Alright, the official Disney Parks blog released some more specific information about the entertainment lineup for the hard-ticketed event Villains Unleashed. Entertainment including a Hades hangout, fireworks show, and special villain encounters are just some of the special things that you can do. Villains Unleashed will take place on August 23rd at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Tickets remain on sale for purchase. Pricing is $67 for adults and $62 for children plus tax. For complete information, follow the link below. You'll see all the different stuff that they have there. The fact that you can meet Barbossa during this event is awesome. That's the whole reason why I would want to go, just to see Hector Barbossa in, you know, as a face character, because he doesn't come out for anything hardly. So just being able to go see him will be a cool thing. Disney has just released the full menu lineup for the 2014 Epcot International Food and Wine Festival Marketplace kiosks. The festival runs this year from September 19th to November 10th. This is the longest I think they've ever run the Food and Wine Festival, and it's the best time to go down to Disney World during the Food and Wine Festival. Love it. Check out the full menu lineup by following the link in the description box below. I couldn't read it all. It's just there's tons of stuff, you know, that you could possibly want to eat down there. So check it out if you're going down during those times. Now some rehab and refurbishment news. The Yankee Trader refurbishment that was scheduled to begin on July 7th has obviously been pushed back a couple weeks. The refurbishment that is expected to transform the Liberty Square shop into a dedicated Haunted Mansion gift shop and on-ride photo pickup will now begin this Monday, July 28th, running through to September 30th. Now, they've just now released, well, not just now, but a couple days ago, they released a look at what the new dedicated Haunted Mansion gifts would be. Check out my File91e Facebook page. I posted a link. People have been responding to it, so it's right up there at the top. Check out the File91e Facebook page for that link to see some really awesome stuff, or you could just Google it and all that. But it's, you know, really, really cool stuff. They got like a maid shirt and all these different, like, you know, candelabras and different other t-shirts and things like that. It's just going to look really, really awesome. So check that out. And finally, the Fantasia Gardens mini golf gardens course will be closing for a staggered refurbishment over the next couple weeks. The Gardens course was closed this past week, July 22nd to the 25th, and will also be closed from July 28th, this Monday, to August 1st, and from August 4th to August 8th. The Fairways course will not be closing and will remain open as usual. That was really difficult to read in and of itself, but I did it anyway, and I feel better for it. So yeah, just keep that in my mind when you're going down to Disney World. Keep all that in your brain hole. So yeah, that's the news for this week. Let's get right to the reviews. Alright guys, the first thing I want to do was actually requested of me by the guy who sent me this awesome package this week. He wanted me to talk about Mickey's Toontown Fair, which closed in 2011. Since this was his first time going down to Disney World, he didn't get a chance to experience the Toontown Fair. And he just wanted me to talk about what it was and basically what he missed. So here's an overview of Mickey's Toontown Fair in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. This isn't a review, I'm just basically telling you about it and all the stuff that I researched from it. It officially opened on June 18th, 1988, but it wasn't quite what you thought it was. This kind of all started with the Roger Rabbit movie that came out in the 80s, 1988 I believe it was. Disney valued Roger Rabbit as a character that would be a profitable character, so they wanted to, I guess, make an area kind of dedicated to him, hence the Toontown name. Toontown was a big thing featured in the movie, and they wanted to feature him, and other characters very prevalently in that section. They were going to do it in Tokyo Disneyland, and Walt Disney World. But when they opened the Euro Disney Resort, it didn't quite do as much as they hoped, and they kind of scaled back on that. So, for instance, in Disneyland, they were going to dedicate a whole area called Hollywoodland that would be a dedicated Roger Rabbit area, but that never came to fruition. There was going to be just a bunch of different things going on in all the other parks, but they never came to fruition. So, just a lot of stuff happened that didn't make that held Roger Rabbit from becoming a full-fledged area in the Disney parks. Now, as far as the Magic Kingdom goes, this area was started in 1988, like I said, and it was originally called Mickey's Birthday Land. Then it became Mickey's Starland on May 26th in 1990, and it was briefly named Mickey's Toyland in late of 1995. Then finally, after a long refurbishment, on October 1st of 1996, it reopened as Mickey's Toontown Fair for the park's 25th anniversary. Now the storyline basically is that this is the holiday homes for the characters that reside in Mickey's Toontown in California. So they tried to tie it all together and make it this nice, area that that sort of thing. Because the Toontown in California kind of looks like more like a city rather than a spaced out, than spaced out homes, in Mickey's Toontown Fair. Now, after a good long run of many years, about 15 years actually, Mickey's Toontown Fair closed on February 11th of 2011 to make room for the new Storybook Circus area of Fantasyland, and they kept a couple things from the old Toontown Fair, such as the the Barnstormer and a couple other little things. But for the most part, they wiped it clean and started new. They put Dumbo over there, and it's just, they removed Pixie Hollow. They, all the, the other Pixies have their meet and greets at different locations. But here are here are all of the rides or attractions that you would have seen in Mickey's Toontown Fair. First off, the big one is the Barnstormer at Goofy's Wiseacre Farm. That is now the Barnstormer featuring the Great Goofini. The Barnstormer itself is a roller coaster, basically, where you're flying in Goofy's plane. And the original storyline was that he, obviously he's Goofy, so he loses control of the plane and he doesn't have any, he flies through the barn, that sort of thing. So overall, it's it's a fun attraction, and it's a good starting roller coaster for kids. So you're not really getting many thrills in there, but it's simple enough and it works. but they were, again, repurposed it as the using the Great Goofini and stuff to keep in with the Storybook Circus theme. So it's the same ride, just now with the Great Goofini. Then you got Donald's Boat, which was basically a water play area. I don't think that's there anymore. That's now the Casey Jr. Water play area. Donald's Boat, that was actually one of the few rides or attractions that I gave a 1 star in my old reviews, my old set of reviews. It was you weren't missing anything. Just basically just a little place for kids to play and get a little wet and cool down from the the heat. Then you got Mickey's Country House and Judge's Tent, which go hand in hand. Mickey's Country House is basically a big version, a real-life version of Mickey's house in the country. It's a very cartoon-like house, very rounded edges, that sort of thing. You would see, it's all the little touches that they put in there to make it seem like Mickey had been living there. And that's the way you get into the judge's tent, where you get to meet Mickey. Basically the whole idea is that he's judging pumpkins and things like that, and he's the best judge of anything, obviously. So you can meet Mickey Mouse there. It's always the place where you would meet Mickey. Then you got Minnie's Country House, which basically is just a big version of Minnie's house. It's pink and purple and all that stuff. Basically, since Minnie and Mickey aren't I guess living together, they're still just boyfriend and girlfriend. They've been that way for so very long now. When is Mickey going to pop the question? Basically, that's where Minnie lives, and you would see all the different stuff that Minnie has. You don't meet Minnie there, or at least I think you could. There wasn't a space for it. I didn't see that that you could, at least when I went down. So that was pretty cool. Then you got Pixie Hollow, which is an area that you would see Tinkerbell. When those Tinkerbell movies came out, they wanted an area for Tinkerbell and her fairy friends, and of course that's exactly what they got. Then you got the Toontown Hall of Fame, which is a big tent where you would meet all sorts of different Disney characters. They usually have like 3 different sections with 3 different people, like you'd see the Disney princesses or the people from 100 Acre Wood or Disney classic characters, that sort of thing. You would get in the correct line for that and wait, and you would go. Also, there was a gift shop in there where you could get some different Disney generic items, that sort of stuff. You weren't really missing a whole lot there. It was just basically a meet and greet area. Then there was also the Walt Disney World Railroad stop. It had its own dedicated stop along the Walt Disney World Railroad, so if you wanted to hop the railroad, you could, and go all the way to the Main Street USA stop. And that's basically it. There, aside from a couple different food things and other gift shops, there really wasn't a whole lot there. You could meet Mickey, meet a couple of the Disney different Disney friends, and get on the Barnstormer. That was about it. You weren't missing a whole lot when it came to the Mickey's Toontown Fair. And when I heard that it was being disbanded in 2011, I wasn't too upset, just mainly because I was like, I didn't have many vivid memories there. I'm sure some people did, but it was basically just a way for people to easily meet Mickey Mouse, easily go on some meet some other other people, and they kind of had to put a ride there in order to make people want to even go over there. Or at least that was my feeling. I mean, it was fun. It was nicely done, and it was very well done, but it just seemed a little odd to me to be right there. It was just like kind of this other section of the park that people really didn't have any reason to go there. But they made it Storybook Circus now. They added it as part of Fantasyland, which is what they should have done in the first place. It shouldn't have been its own special section. It should have just been part of Fantasyland, and what they did with Fantasyland in 2011 all the way to now, when they finally started opening it up, they did it right. They did it so great, and I can't wait to go back down to Walt Disney World to finally get on everything and check it all out. So that's where Griffin, that's where you have me. You've been to Fantasyland. I haven't even been there yet. So yeah, that is Mickey's Toontown Fair, for those that didn't know what it was. I enjoyed it. I would love to hear your opinions on Mickey's Toontown Fair. Just post them in the comments section below. You know, that would be kind of cool to hear. I thought it was just okay, but I'm not sure. Maybe you have some other vivid memories that I don't have. So check that out when going, or you know, check it out online. You can see all kinds of what you've been missing, you know, YouTube-wise and things like that. So there you go, Mickey's Toontown Fair. Alright guys, the next thing I want to review is a part of Jamboree July. It's the last thing I want to be reviewing, and I wanted to, you know, I wanted to have it be an extinct parade. So I'm going to be reviewing the Block Party Bash from Disney's Hollywood Studios. Apparently this has a bit of a history as well, and I went back and researched it. This was one of those parades that I wound up having to experience because I got caught on the wrong side of it. I was trying to get to the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and sure enough, got caught, with this parade, and I wound up just watching it, and it was a very good parade. Yeah, I will say that right off the bat, but let me tell you a little bit about it before. Now, this started in 2005 in Disney's California Adventure, and then moved to Hollywood Studios in 2008. In Disney's California Adventure, this had replaced the Eureka Parade as part of the 50th anniversary of Disneyland. Over as time went on, you know, it's this high energy sort of parade. You know, they had a lot of time and money invested in it with all these stilt walkers and different effects, that as time went on, they kind of, you know, those effects they started pulling them because it was just too much money. You know, just for a three a day parade. I mean, that was you know, they did that 3 times a day. It was a lot of resources to be used for for a 40-minute long thing. It's technically 11 minutes if you just stand in one spot and see the whole parade. It's an 11-minute long parade. But as time went on, you know, viewership waned, and they needed to pull stuff. So eventually, in 2008, it made its way over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, and the day it opened in Disney's Hollywood Studios, a brand new parade called the Pixar Play Parade debuted at Disney's California Adventure. So, you know, it was kind of cool how they swapped it all out. Now this, you know, like I said, is a high energy parade. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it features all of your favorite you know, Disney Pixar characters, well, at least up until favorite Disney Pixar characters up until about 2005. So that would be Toy Story, Incredibles, A Bug's Life, and Monsters, Inc. So those are the characters you see in the parade. There's the way it's kind of set up is different than any other parade that I've seen. With most parades, they just kind of go through and just do whatever. With this parade, they actually kind of, it moved a little slower. There were sections where they wanted people to get out and dance, and they would stop and they would do a certain song. So that was pretty neat. But overall, you know, it was pretty high energy. There was a lot of people jumping around, a lot of people dancing, doing acrobatic stuff. Really, really cool. There was the introduction, which is celebration, you know, celebrate good time, come on, that sort of thing. And then you got Dancing in the Street, which was a big dance number. They tried to use a lot of the, you know, contemporary-ish dance songs that people would be okay with, you know, family-friendly dance stuff, I guess you could say. I don't think you could put some Wu-Tang Clan in there, or I don't know, Party Rock. You know, Party Rock. That would be kind of weird. That would be kind of weird. Although they do that with the hyperspace hoopla at the Star Wars weekends. I thought that was pretty. I was like, wow, they're actually doing that. That's kind of cool. But you know, that's just me. Then you got there's the jump section, which with Jumpin' Jack Flash, that's the song, and there's the acrobats doing the jumps and everything like that. They're doing all that stuff. Different characters at that time. Then there's the Scream section, in which the Army men host a scream contest. They try to get people, to do stuff. Shout is the song, but they change shout to scream. So you make me wanna scream. Stick your hands up and scream. Come on, up and scream. Come on, hands up and scream. Come on now. Sorry, getting into it. I was just getting into it. Having a flashback. I was having a flashback. Sorry. Then there's the dance section, which dancers form a routine from clips going to make you sweat, you know, everybody dance now, that sort of thing. Then dance to the music, shake your booty, and Footloose. You know, there's those. They do a whole bunch of dance routines to that. Then there's an audience participation section where audiences can do the dances to the Macarena, Staying Alive, and the YMCA, that sort of stuff. You know, they want people dancing and then having a good time. There was also Twist and Shout, and then Whoomp, There It Is, and You Can't Touch This. You Can't Touch This. Boom, ba da da. It's just kind of funny that they threw all those in there. Those were the dance songs that they chose at that time. Again, it was 2005. There wasn't a whole lot there you could have dealt with. Then that section also was where you would see the Incredibles. They emerged from the blocks in there. It was kind of like a present sort of thing. That was kind of cool. And then finally, there was the finale, in which the final dance number to ROCK in the USA, Rock in the USA. That was the last thing you would see in the parade, and that was it. Overall, it was a pretty interesting parade. They really wanted to get a lot of people involved with it, so it was high energy, even though it wasn't as amped up as the original showing was, because they had a lot of other things in there. It really got the point across that they wanted you to dance, and you wound up you did wind up dancing a lot with them, and I actually enjoyed it. I didn't want to, but I wound up enjoying it anyway, as it happens a lot with the Disney parades. I wind up trying to go somewhere, get stuck by a Disney parade, and I watch the parade and wind up getting drawn into it. I love dancing, and I love doing all that stuff, and hearing those songs. I did wind up dancing to it, and I did have a great time. But in the end, this parade did get eliminated, I think in 2011. I'm not quite sure. I know it was pretty recent that they stopped, but not too recent, because they moved on to something else. But when I went down to see it in 2008, it was there, and I really enjoyed it, and I had a good time. So what am I going to give the Block Party Bash at Disney's Hollywood Studios? I'll give it 4. They really put some some effort into this, and as it's a little bit better than your average parade in the sense that they want you to get involved. It's not just you standing there looking at it. They want you to get involved, and I like the fact that they stop in some areas and try to get you to move and shake and dance and enjoy, and have you enjoy yourself a little bit more. And all the characters were good. The floats look great. A lot of dancing, a lot of high energy stuff, and it was a lot better than the Tapestry of Dreams, in my opinion, because there was a lot more stuff, a lot of high energy, stuff going on, and it kept my interest for the entire parade. So I really enjoyed it. I was standing right at the cross section of Hollywood Boulevard into Sunset Boulevard, and I thought I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to give the Block Party Bash at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It was a really good parade. I urge you guys to go check out all the videos on YouTube here. Very, very cool stuff. So the Block Party Bash at Disney's Hollywood Studios, that has been eliminated. 4 stars. It was pretty good. Check it out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Disney News and Reviews. Again, Griffin, thanks so much for the awesome package. You didn't have to get me anything. I'm glad that you did, but I'm more glad that you had a great time at Disney World, and it was your first time down there, and very, very cool stuff. I'm glad you had a great time, and thanks again for the pin. Also, again, if you can, check out Buy the Book by my friend Kat Bent. All of her funny jokes in there. Link is in the description box if you would like to purchase the book. Very, very funny stuff. The illustrations are great too, done by Chris Sladek. Very, very good stuff. If you're a big fan of puns and stuff like that, this book is definitely for you. So yeah, if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want people to go to Disney World and enjoy all the stuff, all the different parades that you have, and all the different sections that you, include and incorporate, because who knows what we're going to see and what we're not going to see, because you guys evolve constantly. big stuff. So if you are going down to Disney World, be sure to go to allers.net, touringplans.com, wdwmagic.com for all your latest and greatest Disney news. WaltDisneyWorld.com is good too, and so is Passporter.com. Very good stuff. They have a great, book to go along with that. So check that out, Passporter.com. So yeah, you guys got it pretty easy last week. You guys get it easy every week. I'm done trying to, make it tough for you, because I can make it harder on my Where in the World on my File91e Facebook page every week, because I can shrink it down. That's what I don't know. Maybe that's what I want to do this week. I'll shrink the thing down, and you'll have to really inspect it. Maybe use the audio stuff. I don't know, but so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So next week will be the first week of App August. I hope you guys will enjoy that, where I review different Disney apps. If you have any recommendations on different Disney apps or anything like that, shoot them to me in the description box, or sorry, the comment section, and I'll give them a look and see if I want to add that as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week for another Disney news and reviews. And guys, where in the world am I this week? Bye guys.
Wow. All right. How do, people? All right. Hey, don't mind us. We'll be finished in just a minute.